And synchronicity is one of those processes too that has been grabbed by the whole kind of New Age movement. Synchronicity, and we all experience synchronicity. I've noticed that I experience it more often when I'm going into kind of a state of transition. So if I'm changing what I'm doing, or moving, or I'm going through a kind of developmental stage, then I notice synchronicity seems to snap a little bit more often than it does when I'm just kind of, moseying along in my regular life. So synchronicity is, Jung described it as two events that feel related but are non-causal. So what that means is that, I can explain it best with examples. So one day I was living in San Francisco. I was living there for a couple of years, and I decided, just spontaneously and inexplicably for me, to go to church. It was Easter. It was Easter Sunday, and I hadn't stepped inside a church for probably 20 years at that point. So that that was a really unusual event for me. And there was this really pretty church up the street from where I was living. It was an Episcopalian church, and I didn't pick it for any particular reason, certainly not because of its denomination, and not because I knew anybody there or anything like that. It was, I had walked by the church a couple of times, and I liked the way it looked, and I thought, well, it's Easter Sunday, I think I'll just go and listen to the service. So I was sitting there in one of the pews, and the priest said, okay, I want everybody to stand up and introduce yourself to someone close by. So I stood up, and I did a complete 180-degree turn, and there was a woman sitting behind me, and I said, my name is Kathleen, and she said, nice to meet you, my name is Easter. So I didn't cause that event to happen, but it felt very related. It had a feeling of profound, a connection. It was an amazing sort of connection. Another example is I was in a Hunan restaurant, and I had my bowl of soup, and of course they bring, and I was in San Francisco. This was a lot of sort of synchronicities had happened in kind of a clump all around that time. This was this may have been just maybe a month later. I had decided that I was going to come back to Canada within a couple of months of this point. And I opened up my fortune cookie, as we all have to look and see what our fortunes say. And the fortune said, you need a new environment, try Canada.